I will be glad to give the Minister here today examples of how our national park is suffering from lack of investment. The rhododendrons are taking over completely despite programmes of work over the years to cut them. The deer population has completely exploded over the last number of years. The last survey I could find was carried out in 2008 that showed that in the 30 years previous, the red deer population had increased by 565% and the Sika deer population by 353%. Could I ask the Minister, have any other further studies since 2008 been carried out on our deer population, and if not, is there an intention to do one in 2017? The reinstating of the nature trails in Muckross, many of the markers along the trails are missing. These trails need to be upgraded. Knockreer Garden at Knockreer House have suffered years of neglect. Dinish Cottage and the adjacent toilets need to be opened as soon as possible. And most importantly, the number of park rangers has been reduced from 9 to 4, with 2 more to retire next year. This is simply not good enough, Minister. And what I want to acknowledge is the great and excellent work that has been done by our park rangers in their job, and the other workers, the grounds people that have been there in the past. I want to acknowledge them. But what has happened, Minister, is the resource that we have, which is the beautiful national park in Killarney. We all know that Killarney is not the tourism capital of Kerry or of Ireland or of Europe, but it is the tourism capital of the world. And I want to put that on the record of the House. There is no place better in this world than Killarney or its national park. And I'm asking you, and I acknowledged you here when I started, you're not a good politician. You're a Trojan worker. You're an excellent politician. But I want you to become our martyr for our national park in ensuring that the adequate resources that it requires will be deployed there, because it's crying out for maintenance, Minister. When trees fall in the national park, they're left to rot inside there. I've raised it here inside in this chamber, and what I've been told is, oh, it's good for biodiversity to have it rotting in the ground and have the snails and the creepy crawlies growing through it. That's rubbish. We need that timber to be taken out of there and clean it up. Keep the place nice and clean like the people long ago did before us. And there was great resources put into it before. But now people are inclined to think that when it comes to a national park, that you close these gates and you sort of let it off, that you don't maintain the deer population, you don't aggressively attack the rhododendrons. The rhododendron situation in Killarney National Park has gone so bad now, Minister. Nothing short of calling in the army is going to put it right, because the resources are so much needed there to put it in order. And it is a magnificent resource. It is something that we and Killarney people, Kerry people have prided themselves in over the years.